Do you remember what you said the first time that I came here to play with you? I think you were a young guy. You were about 90 then, and it was a few years ago. And we were jamming here, you know. And he said he waits till I'm 90 to come and play with me. You know? We were scared shitless of you before then, man. I tell you.
Oh my God! You know, I just for a second.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, Merle Travis was coming over to our house in California there, and he was going to make a Mexican dinner for us. Okay, and so he came over, and he's in the kitchen making up the tacos and the stuff, and he's making this dinner, and two policemen come in and handcuffed him and took him away. What he'd done, he lived in Pasadena, and he was on his way over to Hollywood, where we were, and he got stopped by the police for speeding.
I didn't know they were allowed to drive that fast.
And what he did, Merle Travis got out of the car, and he knocked the cop out and laid him across the hood of the car, and he drove over, and he was making a Mexican dinner for us.
That sounds like Travis.
Oh, Travis, he was a killer.
Oh, he was.
He was a killer. I found him in 1941 in Cincinnati at WLW.
Yeah, and you know, Chet Atkins said that in 1939 or 40, Chet was living down on a farm in Columbus,
Knoxville?
Georgia.
Oh, really?
Yes, and he tuned him in on the radio. And he was on that radio station in Cincinnati.
Yeah, that was the only 500,000 watt station in existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting that when Chet passed away, he said some very nice things. Well, he didn't say it. It was after he's gone, but it did. But what they had in this, what do they call it after you pass away?
Eulogy.
Eulogy, thank you. Can you play that?
It's dead easy. Sorry, that was a grave mistake.
No, that's okay, that's okay. We allow a couple of them to go by, you know. But it doesn't matter anyway what I was going to. Oh yes, I'm gonna say this. And that is that in this eulogy, they said so many nice things about how Chet learned from me way back in the old days and so forth and so on. And they didn't say anything about how much he learned from Merle Travis.
Right. Well, that was a big mistake because.
Well, I don't know why that happened.
Chet said if it wasn't for Merle Travis, I'd be looking at the rear end of a mule. That's what he said, you know, because.
Yeah, it was great influence, influence on you.
Absolutely.
You know.
Love Merle Travis.
Yeah.
Very much.
But you've carried this thing far on beyond either one of them, and so.
Well, everybody has their own road, you know.
Well, we all have our roads, but we all play different.
Yeah.
And none of us could. You know, there was 4 of us up at Count Basie's, up in Harlem. And the 4 of us had an interesting conversation. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. And here was George Benson, Wes Montgomery, Les Paul, and Pat Martino.
Wow.
And the 4 of us were standing on the corner at 8 o'clock. And we were talking, what the hell's he leaving for? I'm telling these, why would you leave at this time? You know, I started out as a country singer.
Yes. Rhubarb Red.
Rhubarb Red,
That's right.
And while that guy is going there to take a lick, I thought what I would do is sing him one of my songs.
Okay. Let's do it.
Can you play? Here's something you never hear in a jazz joint.
Isn't that a good tone? Did you hear that? Is that a tone or what?
That's a plain, honest to God G chord, which you ain't never. There's a hotel in the city, and you climb the broken stairs. They serve the hash upon the second floor. There's a graveyard in the cellar, doctor's office in the parlor, and the undertaker keeps his shop next door. Cuts me not is on their teacups, skeleton crossbones on the plate. Carve me right is on that turkey, and you could smell. If you chance to get a breeze of that abalone cheese, you'd have swore somebody hit you with a club. Oh, that hotel where I stay, it is turning my grave.
This is rhubarb bread, ladies
The
and gentlemen.
landlord is always full of beer. Where the hell did that guy go, for goodness sake?
Here he comes, ready?
All right, let's go back. Here he's back. He's back. Now we go to your show. Now we can go back to you.
Rhubarb bread, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, you, like I say, you've carried this way beyond where we remember the Merle Travises and the Chet Atkins and those people. And you've got something going here that's fascinating.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I
I just wish you, when you play, you'd turn around so that I could steal some of those licks.
you can have them both. I stole them from you, and I just kind of recycled them, and I'll give them back to you.
It's like those bottles that we're getting. They're plastic bottles. You can't fill them up anymore.
That's right, Les.
Well,
Well,
I don't
listen.
know what the hell you get. What do you get from putting in water in those bottles? You get some crud. I don't know what the hell it is. What did you think of that son of a
That son of a
guest
gun,
that we had up here with that ironing board? What did you think
Awesome.
of him?
Beautiful.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know how he does it, but
Well, I don't know why he does it.
because he can.
But that son bitch seems to be happy.
Now, Les, you work with the great Judy Garland.
Yes, I did.
Yes. And I noticed there's a song that you didn't play tonight, and I would like to play it for you as a tribute to you.
Would you do that?
If
You're going to talk about Over the Rainbow,
Yeah.
are you going to do that?
Is that all right?
Sure, it's all right, but that's my song.
I know, but I'm stealing the moment. No, but as Sammy Davis Jr. would say, with your kind permission.
You have it. I would love to hear
Thank
you
you.
do it.
Okay.
Tommy Emmanuel, how about